I hate the cold, and she hates it too. It's come that time again for me to attempt to desperately entertain y'all for 10 or more minutes, because rent is due. And what better way to do that than to discuss my hilariously negative life choices. Get a little story for you. You might like it. But I gotta save that for later on in the video. Gotta tease y'all a little bit so my watch time stays at a decent amount. First of all, story time. That's related to it. It's ugly. It sucks. Makes me sick to my stomach just to look at it. I would sit here and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get an Iron Cross bumper. I'm probably not gonna. It's probably just what it's gonna be, man. Honestly, I like it. It's a truck, but is she worth dumping a bunch of money into rather than just getting a new truck? Probably not. It started snowing a little bit last week, and I go to start my truck, right? Truck won't start. Absolutely drained my battery's dead trying to start it. If you have no knowledge on vehicles, diesel engines are hell to start in the winter, especially when it's negative temperatures out. Plug my block heater in, right? Charge my batteries back up. I go to crank it. I only got like 10 seconds of crank. Battery dies again. So my batteries are for sure done for, bad. Got some cheap ass batteries in here anyway. The first thing we need to do so we can actually get to the store to buy new batteries, got about 10, 15 seconds of crank, right? So I've had this block heater plugged in for a little while now. It's warm to the touch. That's awesome. So I've had it plugged in for about 4 or 5 hours now. Battery should be decently charged, like at least 10 seconds of crank. That's probably all I need. And I'm gonna hook it on this jump start method, which doesn't have enough amps to actually crank this starter over, by the way. It just helps a little bit. It's better than nothing. And if I don't start it, it's got to figure something else out. Well, damn, that's not cool. Look what I just found. Ain't no way in hell I'm driving on that. Literally, the wheel's touching the ground right now. So yeah, coincidentally, my air compressor spontaneously does not work anymore. That's awesome. Won't power on. So what better way to give you a little tutorial on how to fix shit? Finally, what you've all been waiting for. I don't even know if y'all can see. One thing I don't know how is to get this damn cover off. There's no screws in these holes. Let's take this Phillips off, see where it gets us. Hey, you're supposed to get that shit out. Damn, so many spider webs inside of it, holding it together. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't understand. All right, let's see if she goes. Please. Fired up quick. Okay, probably should have been to the story time segment by now. Couldn't fix the air compressor. Air compressor motor's just bad. My uncle came over here with his air compressor, let me borrow it, but he don't want to be in videos, so I didn't record. So yeah, all was well, right? Aired up tire, started it up, went into town where my parents live, hung out for a little while, quoted a little side flooring job I'm doing, then I went to the gym, right? On the way back, it was late at night. I know all these back roads, every curve, everything, so I like to just blow through them, get back to my house in like 30 minutes. But on the way, I had some yee-tard in front of me. Some beat up ass Nissan, obviously straight pipe. He was just going super slow up hills where it'd be a double yellow line. No way he wasn't doing this on purpose. There'd be a double yellow going up a hill, he'd go super slow, and I ain't gonna pass him, head on collide with somebody because I'm in a rush to get home. And then as soon as we start coming over top of the hill, it's a dotted yellow. I was getting a little heated for real. I was flashing my lights at him, hoping he had epilepsy, said get out of my way. And then I go to overtake him, right? Just normal speed, you know, moving kind of quick. But he actually really stomps on it, like, what? It was a 5-speed, right? He was going, what? Giving everything he had to make sure I didn't pass him. I get behind him, flash my lights again, and I had enough. I'm in a 6.0 liter Ford F-250. I really lay on it. Everything this thing has. To the floor. I overtake this fella. I get in front of him. Yeah, it's my time to shine now. So I was doing the exact same thing to him. But instead, this time, I could just absolutely dust him in a huge cloud of black smoke. Absolutely abusing my superpower. Kept rolling coal on this guy. He would try to pass. But I reckon karma got me later on that night. Definitely gonna blame what I was doing for the extended amount of stress I was putting on my powertrain components. Excessive coal rollage. I get about halfway from town to here, about a 25, 30-minute drive. All of a sudden, my truck just quits pulling. Going up a hill, it's like I'm in neutral. Tow haul light's flashing. I shut it off, turn it back on. Tow haul light goes off, put it in first. I'm going like 3 miles an hour, pegging my shit out. So I did that for about 30 seconds, and then it wasn't pulling at all. just nothing. Every gear was a neutral. Matter of fact, when I'd put it in reverse and hit the gas, it wouldn't even rev up. Must have went into some type of safety mode. I'm in the middle of the road, right? Thank goodness it wasn't like I went down a hill and then there was another hill and I'm just stuck down there in the divot. I would have been screwed there. 1 o'clock in the morning, not to mention I'd skipped sleep the night before, running on nothing but pre-workout left over in my system from the gym. I didn't even have to look, pop the hood, nothing. All right here, I just oil everywhere. Squirted all the damn fluid out. Either that or the transmission's cracked. And if that's the case, we're just gonna sell this thing on Marketplace for 2,500 bucks, call it a day. But yesterday I went to look, everything's just sopping, covered in transmission fluid. So I got pulled home by. Literally, I posted it on my Snapchat, like me getting pulled. It literally took a millisecond. I already had somebody swiping up on the shit. That's how it should be. Chevy pulled a Ford. Very original, yeah. Idiot. I feel like an idiot. You honestly want to see what it was? I laid these pieces of wood here. I laid down, and literally the first thing that I make eye contact with, this hose right here was just undone. This clamp was loose. Wow. So we have a potentially ruined transmission over a damn hose. I'm not sure if somebody with some little feminine hands put that shit on the first time, or somebody messed with my truck in the parking lot. It's pretty ass, man. I wish you just punched me in the face. Don't mess with my truck. I literally just slipped it back on without loosening it up first or anything. Little sus. Oh, I hope my transmission ain't ruined, folks. Yep. Yep. It's not the correct bolt for that application. That's silly. Like, dude, who would want to work in that? Let's bring out the batteries so we get roasted by the entire comment section. Good old RK batteries, boy. Who the hell is it now? I gotta finish, I'm rolling right now. They say Rural King batteries are awful. 2 years of usage, minimum. Why the fuck not? You know what I mean? Cheap as hell. Got a bunch of batteries laying around. I'm about to just take them all to Rural King, get some core money off of them. Dude, I'm... covered in earth shit. There's no way that's only mud. That has to be a mix of fecal matter. This is the very first battery I've ever had that actually has a mount holding it down and not a bungee cord. Moving up in the world, folks. Aren't y'all proud of me? Please? Anybody? Dude, see, this extensions like this that don't hold. I got 23/8 extensions. Why do I need one that doesn't hold a socket on? One more battery to hook up, cut. 2 brand new batteries on my 6.0 liter Ford F-250. Let's see if it cranks. So much faster. We're gonna fill it up with transmission fluid first. This is for the boys. Look at that. I got y'all. Nice. Hook smash. Hook smash. Hook smash. Yeet. Kill somebody with one of these. Bring y'all with, just in case some silly shit goes down. Oh, nice! Yay! So, tow haul light started flashing, it quit pulling. Fluid isn't leaking out, so I think it's in limp mode. We just don't have enough fluid, so I'm gonna have somebody pick me up, going to get some fluid, coming back, putting more in it. I don't know, if it don't run, I'm just gonna throw a sledgehammer to this side of the door. All right, we're at my office. I need y'all to hear me out. All right, I really need somebody's help that knows something about these 6.0s. I couldn't really find much of it online. Just a bunch of forums of people ask, hey, has anybody found the answer to this problem yet? I put the fluid in it. I go driving down the road. It's driving fine. It's not slipping, nothing like that. And then all of a sudden, it just starts doing that same shit it did the other night. Every gear is a neutral. And then when I put it in reverse, it won't even let me press the gas or the accelerator. I hit it, the RPMs don't move. Drive, 3, 2, 1. It's just like a neutral. I'm not even trying to move. Tow haul light flashing. So I figured I'd I didn't have enough fluid, something like that, like it circulated through. I go to Walmart, buy more fluid. I check the dipstick. Fluid level actually looks good, but I thought maybe just a shot in the dark. I put one extra quart in it. Maybe it hadn't settled down the dipstick yet and I was just scraping it off the side of the tube or something. Probably shouldn't have. Started up, tried to go. It's just every gear's in neutral and reverse. It won't rev. I just left it there on the side of the highway overnight. Then one of my buddies seen it. He was working. He was like, hey, is that your truck on the side of the road? I'll come pull you. I was like, all right. Pulls up in a Dr. Pepper semi. Well, it's not actually a semi, but it might as well be. It was pretty goofy looking. When he took me there to get it pulled, I started it up, put it in reverse, and it was driving. Did that for 30 seconds. As soon as it started warming up, neutral bullshit. Pull over to the side of the road, then he pulled me in that. Yeah, I don't know what's the deal. I'm thinking maybe there might be too much fluid in it, and then when it heats up, the fluid expands, and then the transmission electronically realizes there's too much fluid, so it puts itself in a limp mode to prevent damage from happening. I really don't know what else. The fluid level actually looked fine though when I checked it. It's gotta be an electronic issue. No metal in the tranny fluid, doesn't smell burnt. I'm not driving my truck right now. I feel like a bum getting rides off people. But that's not the end of the bad luck streak. And amongst all that truck bullshit, while it was cold, truck wasn't running, all my water lines busted. Those are my old water lines. Idiotically used PVC the first go around, probably thinking, why didn't you leave your faucets dripping? I did, but I had a little water hose hookup right here, and all them upstairs are dripping, but that wasn't. So right where that little water hose hookup is, it just busted. I didn't even know about it. I was chilling in my room playing some Black Ops 2. Sister was gonna borrow my dryer real quick, dry some clothes. Calls me like, hey, your water's spewing in the basement. My bedroom's right up here. I don't know how I didn't hear it. As soon as I open my bedroom door, I can already hear it coming from the basement. Whole basement is this deep in water, spewing all over my washer and dryer, my pool table, all over the ceiling up here, iced over. I could have went ice skating in my basement. Luckily, I had a little shut off right here. Had a little coupling sitting around, so I just cut that shit out, glued it back together, spliced it in. Then I borrowed one of those Mr. Buddy heaters, pour kerosene in, had it like on a little temperature gauge. And once it got to 60 degrees, it would shut off and just keep it at that temperature. While I was doing that, I went sledding, right? I come back right before my shut off where the metal line comes into my basement. My water meter is all the way on the other end of my property for some reason, all the way across my barn. It's negative degrees outside. I don't own gloves or a jacket that fits. So I'm out there freezing, desperately trying to find my water meter. Phone was on 3%. It kept dying because it was cold. I'd have to run back here, plug it in, let it charge to about like 5-6%, come back out there. Did that for like an hour, man. I dug, and it's ice too, not just snow. So I had to like pick at it. It must have been at least a 20 by 20 foot little section that I sat there and was like, what? Because I knew it was in that spot. I've turned my water on and off before. I got a little upset. I grabbed my four-wheeler, went to that spot, and just started going, ripping up all the weeds, roots in the ground. Even got a shovel, snapped it in half so that the stick would be sharp. And I just walked around just stabbing, trying to feel something. But it was all ice, so I'd feel something. I would dig at it for a little bit. Oh, it's not there. And I was convinced that the water company dug dirt over top of it so that way it would ice over. If somebody's water busted, they would just get a bunch of money out of you because you can't turn your water off. Like I was sitting there, I literally could not find it. Like I was out there for an hour and a half almost. I hate the cold. Eventually I was just like, I'm gonna lose my fingers or something. Screw it, I'm going to bed. But I got a bunch of metal 3M tape. While it's spewing in my face, wrap it as tight as I can, and it turns the full to like fast drip, you know what I mean? I wouldn't even say drip, like a faucet running. It's spewing all over everything, it helps some. So I did that. Went to sleep, woke up at 7:50 waiting for the water company to open up so I can call them like, hey, I needed somebody to find my water meter. Give me the geographical coordinates for it. 8 a.m. sharp, of course nobody answers. Why would anybody be at work at the water department in the wintertime where everybody's water lines are busted, you know? We're unprepared folks like me, but never again. Get into that. They wouldn't answer. I'm like, well, it's daylight. It'd be a lot easier to find it now. I walk out there. You know what I see, man? The first thing I see, my fence is here, right? And on one of my posts, a tiny little blue flag. You know what's literally 1 foot in front of that post? Kicked it with my feet, leaves in the way. A little sweep with my foot. There it was. I felt like an idiot. And if I had only seen that blue flag that night, I'm literally gonna have $1,000 water bill because I was too ignorant to just look up, I would have seen it. I had to redo everything from the inlet all the way out, and I thought, why just do it with PVC so the same bullshit keeps happening? Went out, bought 100-foot roll of PEX, all the elbows, everything else, and I did it right. You know, I got a little shut off there. Didn't use quick connects, I ain't an idiot. Used the crimp rings, got the pliers. Did it right with little 1/4-inch gaps where the ring needs to be. PEX line, it's flexible, freezes, it can swell up to like 3 times its size, so it won't break. Ever. Freeze over and over again, whatever, it doesn't matter. Yeah, building this house, I've learned a lot. Trial and error is exactly what I wanted. Just kind of sucked in the moment, but it's good now. Bad luck streak, man. Either sit here and whine about it, cry, why me, why me? Or remain positive, get shit done, take care of business. That's what being a man is. We at the gym right now. We're upstairs, kind of like the pregame lobby before our pump. It's chest day. Try to get a massive pump for y'all. We even got some shit that we hardly ever take. Pre-workout, Sebum, Super Thavage, citrus grapefruit. $60 for 20 servings. Absolutely absurd, but we're gonna see if it actually makes any difference at all. It's got a lot of beta alanine in it. I absolutely hate the itchy feeling, and any other time I've tried pre-workout, it makes me throw up. See what happens. We gotta switch up the attire. Got our brokey gym bag. Oh, absolutely flaccid up top right now. Last time I hit the gym, it was legs. I have no blood flow up here. Only gym bros will understand wearing a hoodie until you get a pump and then revealing it. I'm just going down there flaccid with a cutoff. Massive L. Oh shit. I was trying to go down again, but I got hooked on it.
I was like, is he trying to rack it? Because you went at put it up there and I was like, he's gonna go down. Oh shit.
Bench throws me off the way it does that. I would have needed help on that last one. I appreciate you. You should be good there, man. You ain't gonna move. But anyways, folks, I'm gonna go ahead and hop off here. Really hope y'all enjoyed this video. Next video, I know I said I had that story time about the bumper. I'll save that for another time when I'm running out of video ideas or something. Pretty good story. I've been Twitch streaming a lot recently. Got some crazy internet set up now that cost a ridiculous amount of money just so I could stream while living in Egypt. So make sure y'all go check out my Twitch streams. I'll leave a link in the description. Got a really special video planned on y'all for next one. So y'all stay tuned for that. Old time viewers are really gonna enjoy it. But anyways, see y'all on the next one. Later.